you to go back out there to Oakland. Oh, what's going on out there? So hell, y'all the FBI. That's the Oakland Police Department. They can't tell y'all what to do. You call out there and tell them, leave me alone. Anyway, it was all arranged. It was all arranged. Either they didn't want me to go out there, or they did in a hurry before this stuff. Because see, you got to think now, for the last several years, do they have me on the hook, or do I have them on the hook? You got to think about it. I think about it all the time, every day. Rethink about it from this corner, go over that corner, think about it, go over that corner, think about it, get out on the road when you can look at it real good. I think about it when I go overseas, I think about, you look at everything all the time, from the micro vision to the macro vision, all the time, over and over and over again. Then I go watch TV and have a little rest, because you don't want your mind just, super saturated. Years ago, I used to saturate, you know what I mean? And now, you get trained, you don't need to 24/7, maybe just 6 days, stuff like that, Take a little breather, you're going for the long run, right? You got another 25 years to go. That's the way I feel. Now, being 100, see, I done already reached when I got 75, I said, that's what I was working on. I said, it's all over now. I mean, I've been doing everything, but it's all over, boss man, right? And me sitting here telling them, I'm going to live to be 100, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. I actually want to do it, and I'm going to try to do it. But in a way, I don't care. Because I'm doing what 75 and everybody else died 22 and 19, right? And you 75 and they didn't get a chance to leave East Oakland. You know what I mean? And you go all over the world, hey man, bump that. I know about being grateful. Anyway, let me get back here. So, you outgrow boss man and his institutions. That's possible. In all great mid-America, we said we're going to have the Mandela effect. We got to out Mandela. We got to way over Mandela. Because it's a different time. In order to do that, those things that are necessary, you can get angry, won't solve no problems. You can get mean, you lost the game, right? You can adopt the principle of kindness, right? Gratefulness, and all of that, and you didn't win the game. No matter what happens, you didn't win the game. When you do that, you done already won the game. Okay? The solutions for the world are not individual solutions anymore. Solve the race problem for this people, solve this problem. It's the whole show. So our training program had to cover everything and everybody. And that's what it did. Okay, I'm going to speed up a little bit if I can. So, why has Imam Musa's life been in 100% concordance with our present day reality? Everything that's happening nowadays, it fits. The police, and their behavior, right? It's clear. So when we see the police acting, we done had so many arrests. I don't know whether it's been 200, 300, something, just a lot, whole pages of it. And then even in modern times, still quite a few. So when we see how he's doing, we can make an assessment. He's doing that. You know what I mean? Not like he's got his hand in the police. You see, he got his hand in his pocket. He ain't worried about nothing. I'm doing this. He ain't listening to nobody. He ain't paying no attention to the guy that's telling him, right? If he was a human being, eventually that was a hit. That man was assassinated on TV. And up in Minneapolis, because they done had so many things up there that they know they're going to get mad about it. They know they're going to get mad about it. And whether it's to change the subject from 100,000 people dying, because remember that was all on TV, whether it's from 100,000 dying, whoever paid them, whatever the reason was, we don't lose in that. So they lose on every deal. How do they lose? They lose, number one, so they didn't change the subject from internal U.S. to this, that, and other. But one thing that comes to the top of everything that everybody says, the Negro demonstrations and all the Negroes with them was having peaceful demonstrations. In Chicago, the white folks back there was throwing some bricks and they hit some of the black people, and the black people was fighting, the demonstrators. And some of the people would spray can and stuff, and the people grabbed them people and said, that ain't part of our demonstration. Now, when we used to have demonstrations, we used to have orientation. Remember, we'd have orientation. This is what we're going to do, this is how we act. And if anybody do such and such, they're not with us. Because we're out here, this is the face we're going to put on this demonstration. We don't have all these people out here for them to put their program out. We have this right to put our program out. Maybe black people could have did a better job of coordinating. Because remember, all the demonstrations we had, they were all on paper. Therefore, we had to have a coordinator with the police. This is our coordinator. I said, this is what we're going to do. This is where we're going. All that. It saves problems. I realized how important it was in 1984 on Wilshire Boulevard in LA at the Quds demonstration. I ain't never seen that many police, probably in my life. And they was 8 deep on the other side of Wilshire Boulevard, marching, just like you see the police today, except there's more than on the street on this side of Wilshire Boulevard. Well, I know on this side, the street going the same way. Police, I said, boy, they got police out there today. In our demonstration, they had some Negro Shias from LA and the Negro Shias from Oakland. They came together, they got together, and they was trying to provoke the police. A few little kicking incidents. And the brothers maintaining our demonstration said, everybody sit down. Sit down. And I sat right on down. And some of the Negroes, even that was hanging out in our masjid, well, my imam sit down, trying to make it look like we wasn't ready to fight. Well, you ready to fight? All them police out there, nigga, you must be stupid. You know what I mean? Just like them niggas up on the hill jumped on some people down here, right? And then they want us to go up and shoot all them niggas. You're crazy. Because we're here. They can move anywhere they want. And therefore they can shoot you anytime they want. And the Negroes in here, they don't come no more. Come in the Masjid with their pieces. We ready to do that. I said, shoot, man, you must be crazy. Absolutely not. No. They're trying to provoke us. They tried to provoke us here many times. But it didn't work. Okay. So now, we've had years of demonstrating. We had one demonstration. I think it was when Iran Air was shot down. It was back in the 80s. We have a demonstration. I'm the spokesman. And an Iranian guy walks up to him and tells him, it was a WPFW radio station. One of them people. Well, it was KPFA from out there. Out there is WPFA. One of them type Pacific. We're gonna do this to y'all. We're gonna blow up this. So I said, hey man, who are you? Where'd you come from? So I called the Iranian brother. Hey man, look, homeboy here, he tell him, and he'd break off running because he was a munafiq, trying to tell the people, make it look like we're mad. We're not mad. You see what I mean? So we've had a lot of demonstrations. I'm telling you, this stuff right now, it's no loss. It's no loss. They might think it's a loss. They may think our demonstrations were hijacked, which all of them were. Remember them guys in New York on them mopeds and all that? They set this garbage can on fire. Then they said, ain't nobody on this street. So they all set that on fire. The police run over there. They were running crazy. That's organized. That's systematized. The Negroes are not having organized demonstrations. They're having ad hoc, on-the-spot demonstrations. And they're all peaceful. So I almost got tired of watching the stuff last night and even this morning. No, all the fires, and then everybody is saying the outer tyrants come and they started this trouble. And these people organized, hey, there's a crew that I know that was in Oakland. Hey, maybe they went down to Florida. So that's a long story. But they were imitation Black Panthers. They came, you know, when they left Oakland in mass, the day Huey Newton got killed. After that, they was up and gone. Back down. Anyway, in Dixie somewhere. I'm not going to say. I've seen them up here a couple of times. They were a long story. But they're the types that are like Antifa, whoever the people are. They want to have a old-time revolution. Everybody said, or call anytime something happened like this, now some of these others, I don't know them, but their behavior is the same. They go and they set fires and they do all that. Okay. First of all, smooth. If you have a lot of pressure built up, a lot of steam built up, and you want it to be used properly, what do? Controlled release. You control the release. And you let that pressure, whether it's social, psychological, or legal pressure, right? Sometimes it's a combination of all that. You focus it and you let that pressure out in a controlled way. You don't just run out, start hollering. It don't do no good. Okay. The time that we're living in, it don't make no difference what anybody do. It's all downhill for boss man. Okay, inside of the United States, everybody see I hate to sound like the governor, them people, but these out-of-towners and these guys, they're all on the same team.
Right, yeah.
First thing I recognized in Oakland and Wall Street, man, they had all the people, they had to, one of the brothers got killed out there during that time, shot him in the subway. They had the inspiration of all the people, all of that. And then here come them guys, and I know them guys. So man, they come hassling the police, and then all the attention turned to the demonstrators are not respecting the law, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And all the police said yesterday, we know that these are mixed people in with them, but we cannot separate the people who are legally demonstrating and letting their voice be heard from those guys. So they got their justification. Probably 5% of the news yesterday and the day before was about demonstrations and not too much about coronavirus. I heard one thing that there was 104,000 people dead now, but if you want to change what's on the news, you got to remember, everybody says the same thing about the U.S. They don't have a thought-through policy. They don't think through, right? Kishu Nubobani, he said, whatever that name, he said all of that. Don't have a strategy. Everybody says that, that thinks. The U.S. don't have a long-range strategy, okay? Whatever they want to do with killing that brother, they lost all of that. Part of it internally and all of it externally. Why? Because everybody's looking at the U.S. You look at the foreign news, see what they say. I don't care whether it's Deutsche Welle, the French news, whether it's Press TV, don't make no difference. They see the same thing. The U.S., the great, is losing it. They blowing it, man. What is wrong with them? They got all these carnivorous coronavirus, whatever they call them. They got all this stuff going on, and they can't even just say, okay, we're going to help y'all, we know you. For a minute or two, the U.S. cannot tell nobody to do nothing anymore. Right under their noses, Venezuela is all out of petrol, and they got 5 ships, 4 of them already unloaded. Right? They're all unloaded. And they said, you can't stop us. And what's the hash? That's it. Gracias, Iran. That means they think together. They always been hooked up, but now they solidified. All the people that speak Spanish, and they not handkerchief-headed Spanish-speaking people, they're gonna say this. Because everybody knows they treating Venezuela bad. They picking on the Russians. The Russians buying up all the gold. They're picking on the Chinese. The Chinese buying up all the gold. And they're saying we can keep this stable thing. We can print more money because we're the standard currency. Just imagine. They're making people form a unity. Why? They're cutting them all off. They forcing them together. They forcing Russia. They forcing Russia and China and Iran and Venezuela. And they got Russians down in Venezuela running around and Chinamans too. So eventually they're gonna come up with a what? Alternative currency. We done talked about it 100 times. They're making. So remember, when you start going down, your habits get so bad, you force the issue. Your bad behavior, you start blowing it, you lose control. You become discombobulated. One thing, when they look at America, America is discombobulated. You can say what you want. They're discombobulated. Let me try to speed up. Soaring, snowflies, FBI, step-by-step guidance. This is what we have to offer, though. We're not running for Congress or Senate, nothing. What we're saying to people is now this is time for us to have a consolidated process. But we need help doing all of this, so they know. So there's a serious need for support. We need to start warming up, coming together. You can either ignore it, and you can say, this ain't really happening. If you say it really is happening, which it seems like it is, you don't have no chance. You can send your children to China to school, send them to Mexico to school, you can get them all, you can get them in on the system, and you can get them a guaranteed job, but they're not going to be there long. That system is going. This system here is going. Ending. See, people ask me on the slide, man, you still hang with the Negro? I said, yes, I am. Because the Negro is a human being. Yeah. And I know that much, that eventually, I believe the Negro, I don't care what he's doing, he's going to eventually come around. Because boss man ain't going to leave him no out. We've been saying this since I don't know when. Which way is it going? How long did it take to hit bottom? You know, it's all math. It's not math, because only Allah knows, but which way is this big boy going? Okay, let's say he's going down. We want to arrange this environment and all this stuff about inner America and mid-America. We was thinking about what is exactly we're going to do to, the details about it. And there it comes, right there. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it was. That's what it is. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to form a corporation. We can call it whatever we want. In America, incorporated, anything we want to call it. And it's all in original Americanism.